Perfect. All right. Ooh, totally cutting you out there. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Happy Sunday. I am super excited for today's training. Honestly, there's just been a lot of new people getting started, and I really wanted to I don't know if that's the right word. I wanted to focus on that and knowing that no matter where you are in your business, it's always good to have a refresher of what to do, how to do it, and how to be successful at this. So before I go into that, I want to just start with a couple of announcements. If you don't know, if you are brand new and you got started this month, you actually are given 2 promo codes, and these promo codes are life-changing, you guys. These allow you to start growing your business, start having new people enter your tribe, start changing lives, and you get to offer that to people for only $20 instead of the normal $99, and that is huge. When I started, I paid $99 for my kit. Actually, I boosted my kit, so my kit was almost $300. And you guys, I started with no money. I was I don't have money to do this. This is not, where am I going to come up with that? But I wanted to make change in my life. In order for me to make change in my life, I had to make a change and make a decision. So I waited till payday and I got my credit card and I swiped and boom, there you go. And I started. So you get to offer this new world, this new experience to people, because this is something that's different from the normal 9 to 5. This is something that really invests and pours into yourself before you pour into anything else. So I love that about this. So you have the opportunity and you are now a blessing in another person's life. So it's a blessing to be a blessing, and you get to bless them for $20 to get their business started and to begin this amazing journey with us. So make sure you utilize those 2 promo codes as fast as you can. Honestly, ask anybody. If you know anybody that's been struggling, that have been wanting to make some extra income, you get to just share that with them, and these codes expire at the end of the month. So make sure you use them before the end of the month comes to a close, because after that they will not be there no more. Yeah. So do you have anything to say?
Yeah. And if you're not brand new, you've been with us for a little bit while, and you didn't happen to get the codes from ordering in January, because if you ordered in January, the company sent out codes. If you didn't get codes, we do have extra codes. Yes. We had 35. Now we have 29 extra codes that if you find someone, or even if you're brand new. 26, sorry. So even if you're not brand new or brand. Okay, sorry. So if you're not brand new and you didn't get codes, just let us know. Reach out to us and be like, hey, Bree or Portia, I have someone who's interested. They want to get started for $20, and we'll be more than happy to send you over a code. But we make sure that they're ready to get started right then and there, so that way when you're guiding them through it, you can give them the code and tell them where to place the code. And if you use your 2 codes, if you're brand new and you use your 2 codes, you can always also ask us for another one. So you can, have 3 people get started, and then you'll be structured out for your Ruby promotion.
Woo-hoo. So woo-hoo. Super amazing. Also, we have our new products out there. So I want you, if you haven't already done so, I want you to visit your It Works website and just check out all the products that we have. What's hot? What do they do? How much are they? Find things that because there's a lot of new things. So there's a whole section called What's Hot. And that's literally all of our top selling products that we have right now. And even our ThermoFight X, it's still flying off the shelves, and it's not even in stock. It's still back order. And that's a good thing. It's a really good problem to have. So just make sure that you are getting knowledge about those things and just checking out all the products that we do have to offer, because in order for us to grow our business, we have to kind of do the little work to I got to scope in, see what this is about, find things that you'd be interested, because that's what you're going to be able to share most about. And yeah, and other announcements. So we have after this Zoom, we have our family call, which is every single Sunday night. Tomorrow, which is Monday, Bria and I, we actually are going to start going live on Mondays instead of Wednesdays. Wednesdays have been hard for us to go live because we have trainings and everything. Yeah, on our team page, the legendary team page. So we'll be going live on there just to kind of give everybody a recap and giving something else that they need to know that maybe they didn't know before. So that's going to be on Mondays, followed by that around 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. There's the Show Me the Money call with Pam Souter. A lot of times people get confused, like, what is this one? So this one is our chief networking, like, she's like the queen, okay? She's a queen of It Works. She's absolutely beautiful. She's like, she uses the product. She's a product of the product, and she's super, super personally developed. I just love, every time she speaks, I'm getting poured into. So definitely check that out. She interviews the top money earners, what they're doing, getting their tips, their, all the steps that they've taken to get them to where they are. So make sure you check that out. And then if you guys are local, every Wednesday, we have our, a Try It presentation in Pacoima. So if you are local, let us know, and we will send you the address. You guys can come and hang out with us because they're super, super awesome. So a little bit before about me, because I know we didn't actually share anything about ourselves before, or maybe we have, but if you're brand new, you haven't really heard it. So my name is Portia. This is Bree. We've both been in business now for about almost 3.5 years, maybe almost 4 years.
Almost 4 years, May. 4 years from me, June. Wait, 4 years? Was it July? Something. No, June, and then June.
Okay, June. So for me, it'll be almost 4 years in May. And before I started It Works, I was going to school full time as a theater major, which is actually where I met Bree. And I was working 2 jobs as a server. I come from a long line of servers. So my mom, my grandparents, like everybody in my family, if you were born into my family, you were bound to be a waitress, a busboy, something. That has to do with the restaurant. And that's great. Honestly, being a server is great. You get to talk to new people all the time. You make tips, you get cash, and it's simple work. It's not always easy work. You got to deal with a lot. But that's where my life was. And at the time when I found this, I wasn't looking for an opportunity, but I had been praying for something. Like, I didn't know what I was praying for, but I was praying for something because I had just got a car payment. I had no idea how I was going to come up with that. I was overweight, like in myself, like where you don't feel comfortable in your own skin. That was me. And I just wanted something different. And so this actually landed in my lap. And within 2 months, I went Ruby. I earned a $1,000 bonus and was making $1,500. And I was like, oh my God, this is like real money. This is so cool. And since then, it's been a journey. Like, has it been the most piece of cake journey ever? I'm going to be upfront and be real and say it hasn't been the easiest. Why? Because I had to personally develop myself to be the leader that I am today. Every single day, starting last year, so that's already been like 2 years in, is when I actually started reading and investing into myself, filling my mind with things that are feeding myself to be greater, feeding myself to stop worrying so much, stop with the doubt, stop with the negativity. I actually had to invest that into myself, and it's allowed me to expand and to be able to pour into other people. So take this whole journey as a learning curve. It's life. Trust the process. Know that the journey isn't just getting successful. The journey is all the baby steps that it takes to get there, all the negativity. It's everything. It's everything, because it just makes you stronger as a person. And that's what makes this whole thing something so great. So when you're doing that, I want you just to take all the struggle of everything. And that's building your business to be something so strong. Because if you can handle all the things that life throws at you, you can handle this business. And they go hand in hand. Life and work, your body, everything goes hand in hand. So make sure you're just feeding your mind. Give them like a couple, maybe a 2-minute story about yourself, just so they can know a little bit about you.
When I found this business, because Portia found it first, and she was really into it. She wanted to lose weight, and I was just like whatever, like I don't care, do what you gotta do. And so Mary, our Triple Diamond leader, she actually did the presentation for us, and I was really just intrigued by the greens. The products intrigued me. I wasn't really intrigued by the business side because I never done anything like this before. So I was just like, me doing this, I have no idea what I'll be doing as the train passes by. No, I didn't understand it. Okay, work from home, yeah, it seems cool. I don't think I have the the knowledge or the capacity to do that, right? That's what I was thinking or telling myself the whole time. So Portia, she got started like a couple months before me, and she was up for $1,000 bonus. See, I got started late, so they didn't have the bonus at the time. So it does matter, like for those bonuses, if you want the bonus, you better get started, or tell, people you're going to enroll, if they want the bonus, they should get started like ASAP, because sometimes the company doesn't bring it back anyway. So Portia was up for $1,000 bonus. And at that time, before our comp plan got simplified, to go Ruby, you needed 5 people total, right? So as a Ruby, you needed one of your people to go executive. So I was like, okay, I'll help you. Like, I wasn't into it. I was more like just wanting to help her get the bonus, because I did want to see if it was real. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go executive, and you're gonna get the bonus, and then you're gonna show me. And so, like, I'm learning. They're telling us, what to message out to people, what to post, tell your story, do these tasks and stuff. So I'm doing them. And then in my first month, I promoted to executive, which then Portia was able to promote to Ruby, and she solidified her $1,000 bonus. So when commissions came, and it hit the account, I was like, let me see. And then sure enough, she got her bonus, and basically was making $1,500 within her first 2 months of the company. And I was like, okay, this is legit. So I just stuck to it ever since then, because like, it's been more than just the money for me too. I just wanted to be in a place where I felt like I belonged. And this whole journey, this whole experience, it's made my life feel like very, very abundant, because just being in this company alone helps me financially, helps me with my health, helps me with like build new friendships and relationships, and it helps us like connect and be together because we work together and help us grow and stuff. And it also helped us spiritually, because I was in a very dark place before I started this business, and I didn't realize that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is something greater for your future if you allow it to, manifest itself into your future. Life doesn't have to be a struggle. Life doesn't have to be like downward spiral. You don't have to be sad and depressed all the time. Life's not about that. And it's just, I was able to, come together with a group of strong, empowering women to, uplift myself, but to uplift others. And it's just been an awesome experience, and I'm just going to continue it because I plan on changing the world. But yeah, that's my 2 minutes. That's probably like 5.
Maybe like 3. Okay, so cool. So now you know a little bit about us. We're also very fun. We're like quirky and weird and dorky and all of that good stuff, all wrapped up in one. So when you guys think of this business, I want you to think about, obviously when you start something, I want you to have a positive perspective. And I want you to think about how good you are going to be at this. Not, I don't know if I'm scared to do this, or if this is going to be like what it's going to be like. I want you to just know that you're going to be good at this. And I want you to actually tell yourself that I'm good at this. I want to be a professional of what I do. And so this takes a lot of little different things, like having to learn to be your own boss. I'm used to that 9 to 5 where I have a boss telling me what to do. So this is different. I'm my own boss. I have to keep myself organized. So to do that, one thing, first and foremost, if you guys want to, I always suggest getting a planner or a notebook or something to keep track of everything. But there's also one you can buy. This is the It Works planner. I love it. It helps me really stay organized. And it even it's like specifically designed for this business. So with that being said, this is going to help you be a professional at what you do by keeping you accountable and keeping you on track. But also what we are network marketers. Network marketing is a whole industry in itself. So if you haven't already, there's a book, actually, it's called Go Pro. And it's a professional guide to network marketing. And it's so good. It really teaches you how to build relationships, how to grow your network, how to have a conversation. And it's short, it's simple, it's not crazy, like insane. So check out that book just so you could be a professional in the whole industry. But I want you to just start with that mindset as I am a professional at what I do. And when you're a professional at what you do whatever it takes to make your dreams a reality, to make your business good, to make it look good, to really build your business. And it doesn't always start off fast. Sometimes it's like goes slow, and sometimes it takes off at the end. No matter what the time span of it is, it's a process, and you're just going to trust the journey. So first things foremost, if you're not already, add me as a friend, add Brie as a friend, follow us on both Instagram and Facebook. We can give you guys that information later, but definitely reach out to us so you can follow us, what we do, how we post things. If you go to our page, you'll never see anything negative on there. Why? Because this whole world can be a negative place sometimes. Okay, pretty much. But if you're positive, everything that you attract to yourself is positive, right? So on our page, it's always positive. We always are sharing our story. We're always, giving shout outs to people, giving shout outs to the tribe. We're constantly just sharing our lives, because this is now a part of our life and who we are. So I want you to follow us and copy what we do. I don't mean verbatim, word for word what we do, but if you see us share a story or share a struggle, turn that to yourself. Share your story. Share your struggle. You can always take the ending of something, and that's like a call to action. Like, I'm looking for 5 people. Of course, you don't want to always have it like that, but that's it. Like, you can copy that. When we post things in our stories, if you see something, like if it's about a product, screenshot it. Make sure you hold it down for you don't see our name, but screenshot it for yourself, and then you could post it in your story and make it yours, right? And when you're doing that, that's just helping you. Eventually, you're going to really learn everything, and that's going to help you pick things up. Kind of like a baby. You watch what they do, and you do it. You watch and you do. You watch and you do. So that's number 1, to do that. Number 2 is go to your It Works website. So you guys, for mine, it's portiastevens.itworks.com, or just go to itworks.com. And I want you to bookmark that to yourself. So that's basically I don't know where my phone is. It's okay. So there's a little button when you go to the website. Okay. Oops. Okay. So there's a little button. So I'm on my website. At the bottom right here, I'm just going to show you what the button looks like. It looks like that. It's like a box with an arrow. Okay.
If you have an iPhone.
If you have an iPhone, you're going to click on that. And you can say add bookmark, okay? Or add to home screen. So if you add it to home screen, it's literally making it an app for you, okay? Oops. So that way, whenever you need to, you just click on your app, boom, you're directly on your page without having to type it all in every single time. So definitely do that. I need to do that. And it'll make your life nice and easy. And that's basically your website is something that you want to have with you everywhere, because if you're having a conversation with somebody and you need to know how much a product is, click on that, go to where the product is, find out how much it is, and you can now tell them what it does. There's always bullet points and everything like that in there as well. So when you started, if you're going through your, if you signed yourself up, you come across this part, and it's called auto shipment. Now I want to just let you guys know what that is. So that basically is your personal product order. And some people, they'll be like, well, why do I have to order any product? I don't want to order any product. What is it for? First off, if you're in a business and you're using especially this particular business, you're not going to sell anything, or you can't really share anything with people if you've never tried the product, if you've never used the product. So it's important for you to at least try 1 to 3 things a month. Okay. I'm going to say that because some people, it's really hard for them and they really have no money, and I understand that. But if you do have the money, 2 to 3 products, anything. And there's different products you can order, especially if you order keto energy, keto coffee, collagen, the greens, all of them come in sample sizes like this. Okay. So the one thing I love about this personal product order, it's personal product that 1, you can use on yourself, and 2, it's a way you can make more money. Okay, we get paid multiple ways, but you can actually make a lot of cash just by doing this. Like I said, when I started, I paid, I think it was almost $300 because I boosted my kit. So I got some extra product in there. I got a total of 3 bags of wraps, and each individual wrap is worth $25. Okay, so you could sell a whole bag of wraps for $100 and you make your money right back. So when I started this, I used a bag of wraps on myself and I sold 8 wraps. I made $200 in wrap cash. Like, that's insane. And that at that time, all we had was, the wraps and the greens on the go. But now you have all of these other things, these other products. And so when you have them, now you order product, right? And you get to try the product.
I take mine before.
Yeah, it's okay. I was like, I'm going to say fine because I need it. Anyway, but you now get to share this. Like, you can go live about it. You can make a post about it. You can feel what it tastes like, what it does, how it makes you feel. Share that with people. Because we're not salespeople. We really aren't. Like, we're not. If you think about it, we sell everything. We sell good manners to our kids. You got to say please. You got to say thank you.
Eat your veggies.
We sell eat your veggies. They make you strong. Drink milk gives you strong bones and teeth. If we
don't touch the stove,
the stove, it's hot.
I sold you.
I'm solding you on that. If you touch it, you burn yourself. I tried to tell you. But it's the same thing. Like, no matter where we go, we are constantly influencing people. Okay. If you wear cute clothes, someone's going to ask you, where did you get that? And you're going to be like, oh, I got it from Target. Now I'm going to ask you, did Target cut you a check for saying, for selling this to somebody? You told it to somebody and they're going to go to Target to go buy that exact same thing because you influenced them that it's cute and that looks good on you, so it must look good on me, and now they're going to go and get it. Target's not going to cut you a check. They're not. So that's why it's super important with this business is you're influencing them. You're influencing them to take advantage of if you're taking advantage of your own health, if you have a health goal, like for mine, is to lose another 30 to 40 pounds by my birthday, which is in August. Okay. So I get to use the product, influence people as I'm doing my own journey. And they're now going to be wanting to be on this journey with me because they have health goals to reach. And I'm not doing this alone. So I'm just influencing them. Right. So that's when it comes to like these products, you get to share them with everybody and they're going to influence people. If a person doesn't have energy, take a keto energy. This stuff is packed with B6 and B12. And I'm not trying to be salesy. I use it. I'm influencing you properly, like how to make it, how to take it. No water needed. Just like a pixel stick, right? Okay. So my point of this is the auto shipment is your personal order that you can try out the products and also sample out the products and make cash. Okay. We get paid multiple ways, but cash is something that you can put in your pocket. And if you need to buy dinner, you can buy dinner.
But cash
you want to build your savings, do it. Okay. And another thing, this business pays for itself if you invest in your auto shipment. Okay, you invest in your auto shipment, you get to get the samples and stuff. Then whatever money you make with your commissions, with your wrap cash, put that back into your auto shipment. Just the amount you need. If it's $100 a month, do that. Get the products you like and have your business always paying for itself, not you having it to always come out of your pocket. Of course, maybe the beginning it may, but after that, it's just going to keep paying for itself over and over and over again. And this business is a free business for you. Okay, I promise. But so set yourself up for success and, set up an auto shipment, try a couple products and be able to share that with people. So that's that.
And people really do want samples. Like sometimes they'll ask you, well, do you have a sample? Like with the coffee especially too. Do you have a sample? Yeah. And we drink our coffee. So it's not like we buy the coffee so that we can make cash because we buy it because we love it and we drink it. But if someone does say, oh, do you have some samples? Yes, I'm going to give up a couple of my samples. And we usually sell we went up a price a little bit because once we went to conference,
they were like, you can sell this way more.
We realized that they were selling it for way more. So I was like, shoot, I drink it, so I'm gonna sell it for way more too. So for one sample of coffee, if someone asks you for one sample of coffee, we say it's $7. For 3 samples of coffee, we say it's 15.
Mm-hmm.
And for 5 samples of coffee, we say it's 25, which somewhere in there, so that's pretty good deal. Yeah, it's definitely a pretty good deal. And usually people will go for the 3 for 15 or the 5 for 25. They never buy one. So, I mean, hey.
One is too much, right? $7, no. But then they'll do 5 coffees for 25. And once they've actually tried out the coffee, they're going to get amazing results within the first 5 days of trying that coffee. And then what are they going to do? They're going to go, hey, can I get some more samples? Or they're going to be like, okay, how can I get this? Or how can I sell this? Because they're going to be interested in wanting to make money too, because they want to use it. So there's a lot of different things about it.
Yeah.
But when you're sharing these things, you're not going to be spammy with it, because you're really going to be real with it. You're going to really tell people how it feels, how you feel. You're going to post it in your story of you making your coffee every morning, of you drinking your collagen, which is a drinkable skincare. Like, you're actually sharing that with people. And so it's not like fake. It's real. It's a real person doing it. And then that's what's really going to, put all the pieces together.
Mm-hmm.
So aside from that, this business, basically, we do 4 things every single day. We post, we reach out to people by messaging, we grow our network, and we follow up, okay? So when it comes to posting, people don't want to see products on your page. They don't want to see you showing you just a bunch of pictures of this or a bunch of pictures of this
by itself.
Like, they don't, that's spammy. That's where they're like, oh, that's not what I'm wanting to see in my newsfeed. But people don't mind seeing you taking a cleanse, right? Like, you're doing it. Like, oh, I'm so excited because I just went on vacation and I ate so many bad things. Time to cleanse up. Like, you're just being not, I think the word's maybe nonchalant, or, okay, don't quote me on that. But you're just being normal. You're being you with it. And so it's not like you're trying to sell it. You're using it, okay? So it's different. So when you're posting, people just want to see you. And even when you're posting something, it doesn't even have to be about, let's say your car breaks down, right? You don't have to have a picture of your car breaking down. You can be sitting outside watching the rain fall, and you're just maybe you take a picture of your feet, okay? And you're like, man, I'm staying home today. Well, of course, now that's
you sit.
Okay, but because my car broke down,
yeah,
or something like that, and you're just sharing that. You're sharing that, so it doesn't have. People just want to see you. Okay, they want to see you. They don't want to see all the products and everything like that. So I want you to write down. There's a couple things. You don't have to do them right now. But one, I want you to make a list of 20 things that make you happy. Just 20 things that make you happy. What makes you happy? Maybe it's sitting on the beach. It's going to the movies. It's getting your nails done. It's your kids. It's food. Sunsets, sunrises.
Signing a distributor, signing a customer.
Signing a customer, traveling. All those things that make you happy, I want you to write those down. A list of 20 things. I also want you to write down 3 things you would do with $200 a month. An extra $200 a month, okay? 3 things you would do with an extra $600 a month. And 3 things you would do with an extra $1,000 a month. So for first thing, when you're talking about the things that make you happy, when you're posting about those 20 things that make you happy are 20 different posts, okay? And it doesn't have to be something crazy and it doesn't have to be about it works every single time, but maybe you're taking a walk on the beach and it just feels so good, the fresh breeze in your hair, and that's all you say. That is a post. And people just want to see the normal things that you do. So share those normal things. Maybe you like to get your nails done, but you haven't been able to get your own nails done, or you haven't been able to paint your own nails, like me. So, I could be I can make a post and say, I love getting pampered when I actually go, or, all those different things. I just haven't done my nails. I was supposed to do them for Valentine's Day and I didn't. So make a list of those 20 things that make you happy. And then with the other things, the 3 things that you do with $200, 3 things you would do with $600, and 3 things you would do with $1,000. I want you, the next thing to that is why. Why? Why do you need an extra $200 a month? Why do you need an extra $600 a month? Why do you need an extra $1,000 a month? And it doesn't have to be something to impress people. It doesn't have to be that. Maybe you need an extra $200 a month to put gas in your car. Maybe you need an extra $200 a month to buy groceries. Maybe if you're like me, I need an extra $200 a month just so I can go get some new clothes. Why? Because I've lost 50 pounds. My clothes don't fit me anymore. They're too big. They're saggy and like they don't look good. And I need an extra $200 to go shopping. Mm-hmm. Right? That's my struggle. I'm going to share that struggle either or not, if not today, tomorrow. That's going to be my struggle. But you're sharing those struggles with people. And so here's what a post would look like. And I'm going to go with the groceries because I think a lot of people can relate to this. So let's say, I'm just pulling this off the top of my head. So let's say, I'm going to the oh gosh, okay. So you're talking, you guys, this is really how I make my posts. It's not beautiful. It really does this. So you're starting off and you're just like talking about, I remember a time when I was going to the Dollar Tree or 99-cent store because they got good deals and everything's really affordable, right? Mm-hmm. But I remember even then having to put stuff back. Okay, maybe I had $6 and I needed to buy a couple things, but I only had $6 in cash on me. And I had to put things back, especially because sometimes it goes up. But an extra $200 or an extra $100 would help me be able to put groceries on my table, or in my fridge, and fill up my cupboards, make them have food in them, because it's harder to not have those things, right? I remember there was a time I was on unemployment, and even just to get cup of noodle soups, you guys, was a struggle. I had to count change from my couch to do that. And that was a feeling like, oh my God, I have nothing. Like, how can I not even buy $1? I didn't even know if it was 50 cents or if it was $1. And I was trying to buy enough for the week. And it was just impossible at that time. So when you're sharing those things, you're not the only one that is going through that. Other people have been on unemployment and they don't have money for their groceries. Other people are like me and they need clothes, right? And so if you share them, you can even say, maybe this isn't important to you, but it's important to me to be able to provide for my family and make sure that they have food in their bellies. Of course, that's a tweak because people will be like, what do you mean that's not important to me? That is important to me. And now they're going to reach out to you or they're going to relate to and comment on that. But when you're real with people about the struggles or about why you need money or about all those things, light bulbs go off in other people's head. Maybe you said something and they can relate to you and they're going to reach out to you. And it's just going to be a heart-to-heart thing like, oh my God, I totally related with your story. I appreciate you so much for sharing that with me. It made me cry. It made me feel some type of way. What is it that you do? How are you making this happen for yourself? Because I've been in that situation and I need to get out of this situation. I want change. I want something different. And you'll have more and more people just relate to your struggle. People relate to your struggle. They don't always relate to your success. And it's just the truth. It's just the truth. You gotta be vulnerable. There's a lot of people that borrow money from their parents. I'm one of them. I remember having to borrow my money from my mom to pay my car payment. And that was the hardest thing to do. Like, I know what her financial situation is. I know what my financial situation is. But I'm gonna borrow from her anyways because that's my mom. And I mean, I'm thankful that has been able to help me for, whenever I needed it. But I'm not the only one that's borrowed money from my parents. If you've borrowed money from your parents, put a heart in the comments or anything like that. But it's a real thing. So, being able to share that is going to be very helpful. So we're still with posting. So your pictures, they don't have to match they don't have to go with what you're posting. It could be a simple selfie talking about X, Y, and Z. Talking about the groceries, talking about your car, talking about your shoes, talking about your kids. Doesn't matter. But one thing with your pictures is you want them to be clear. Okay? You don't want them to be blurry because then it's like people kind of just swipe up, but you want them to be clear. You want them, if you need to, there's different apps you can get that will help you put a filter on. Because I know I could look one way, I look, and then I put a filter, I swipe right, and then it's like, oh my God, I look like a model. Okay, that's like over exaggerating, but it's just like a little bit brighter. Okay, there's one that I use. I did have to pay for it. It was like $1.99 or $2.99, and it's called Pick Tap Go. I love Pick Tap Go, and I be Pick Tap going all the time. Like I just make my picture a little bit brighter, so it looks a little bit more clear and not like fuzzy. Because I need a new phone, so my phone be coming out a little fuzzy and pixelated. So I use those to kind of take that away. Okay. So when you are posting, you want to post on your actual page 1 to 2 times a day. Okay. And like I always tell everybody, you know, start with a positive like a positive quote in the morning. There's so much negativity going on in the world that we need to be the shining light for people. And that's like what I feel I'm here to do, is to just like be a positive light for people. I'm a positive person. So I like to put a positive quote of the day. Okay, that's something that I do. Another thing that I do is like share things that go on with my life. If I'm drinking coffee with my grandma, I'm gonna make a post about it. If I'm, you know, all those things. So you're gonna make 1 to 2 posts a day on your page, and then the rest you could do on your stories. Stories, people like to just go through stories all the time. If you've never done a story, you could do both your stories on Facebook and you could do one on Instagram. That's right up at the top right here. Okay. So I'm going to show you just like my story for the day. So this is my little cousin. She's so cute. Mm-hmm. And so your story is your real life. It's just like everything that you go through. Look at that little face. People love it. And they like start interacting with you. And when they interact with you, they're going to start seeing your stuff more. So put cute babies in there. So cute. Mm-hmm. Like she's a sleeping baby. And then this morning, you know, I helped a new person get started in their business. I'm sitting there with my grandma. You can't really see her. There she is. And I do my quote. So I haven't, like Sundays, it's kind of a little bit more.
But you can also that's the place. Stories is the place where you can post a lot of products.
Yes. I love that. So stories is where you can post a lot of products. Stories is where you can do polls. Okay. So like an example of a poll. I'm just going to show you guys. Okay, I don't have one that's active right now. But I'll show you how to do one. So let's say I'm going to add to my story, okay? I'm going to choose a picture. So it's going to be this one, right? This is actually, oh no, this is a video. This is my yoga for the day because I do yoga. So if you swipe up, you are now given this choice of a poll. And I'm going to click, I'm going to click on poll right there. And I'm going to be like, do you do yoga? Question mark. Yes, no. Okay. That's literally like my quote. And I'm going to move it to the side. I want it to be up in the top, kind of not on the left, not on the right, because people click, 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 click. And if they accidentally click that, like if I'm asking them, like, are you interested in making extra income? And if they didn't mean to click it, I don't want to waste my time reaching out to somebody that doesn't want it, right? So if I put that up in the corner, they actually have to go out of their way to answer my question. And that way my time isn't wasted and I'm not wasting their time either. So time is important. So then once you do that, you're like, do you do yoga? And then you send that through and now people can go ahead and ask it. Now, if you are asking, like, are you interested in making extra income? Always give them a yes and a yes. Yes, I am. I could use some extra money.
More info, please.
More info, please. Details. How much? If you're talking about a product, I want to lose 15 pounds. How much? Like, always give it something where they can react to and what you can always go and talk to them about. So your stories is where your backstory is. Your story is your lifestyle. Your story is the mess. Your story is the real you. It's the products. It's the reviews. It's you making your coffee. It's all of that good stuff in a bag of chips. Okay, that's your story. And stories to me recently have been very, very effective because people really do watch stories and they just sit there and type through. And if they are interested, they let me know. And it's the best thing that I don't have to go out and like try and talk to them. They're already coming to me for it. And that's like, it's really awesome. So that's posting, okay? Posting in a nutshell. The next thing is to reach out to people, okay? And you're going to do this by messaging. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this. We have our host to post. So if you haven't done host to post yet, if you go to our legendary team page, there is a unit number 2. I want you to check that out because it's all about host to post. And this is about kind of growing your network and getting potentials and, sealing the deal and all that stuff. So watch unit number 2, super, super important. But when it comes to messaging, I always say to just send out, like if you have like a certain amount of time, send out 10 messages. Send out 15 messages, and it's just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Okay? So maybe I'll go through, and if you, like, we all have so many friends, okay? And if you go to your messenger, oh, that's the water app. Nope. If you go to your messenger, you can actually check out, like, who's active, okay? And you can message the people that are active. So if I'm going to reach out to somebody about being a product tester, I can say, hey, so-and-so, how's it going? I'm pushing for a huge promotion this month, and I was wondering if you would be interested in, if you'd be able to help me out by being a product tester on one of my products. Okay, so asking something simple. Then they're gonna come back and they'll say yes, or they'll say no, or they'll say maybe, so if they say yes, then I'm gonna give them like a little brief synopsis, like, okay, which product would you be interested in trying? They're going to tell me, oh, the coffee. So once they tell me the coffee, I'm going to be like, awesome, I love the coffee. And then I send them like a little snippet and a little video about the coffee. And then they're like, okay, cool, how much? So that's when I would tell them, like, okay, the coffee it's $65 retail, $39 as a loyal customer. Which do you prefer? And then it'll go into like sealing the deal. Okay. So when you're doing this, no matter what message you're sending out, whether it's for a potential distributor, it's for a potential customer, or for someone to host a post for you, you can always send me a screenshot of your conversation. And I actually would prefer it if you send me a screenshot of your conversation, because in the beginning, I honestly, there was so many conversations that I killed. And I just threw up on people because I gave them so much information. And I'm like, no wonder you didn't write me back. I'm reading these things years later, and I'm like, oh my God, I was crazy. But I was just like, I was just excited, and I just was like wanting so many things to happen. And I was just like, constantly like giving everybody so much information. Like I didn't even need to do that. Mm-hmm. So when you're sending like, if you message somebody and they respond back, send us a screenshot either to me or to her, post it in the group chat, no matter what. And like, we'll be able to give you a response. So that way you can learn how to respond to that. Even if someone tells you no, if you come across someone that's nasty, like just not nice, screenshot it, because honestly, it's so important of how you react to that. Yeah, your reaction to the negativity is going to it's going to help you. As long as you react in the right way, it'll help you rise above the situation. So even if you get a no, like honestly, I tell people, like if they're like, oh no, I'm not interested, I'm like, okay girl, no worries. I appreciate you so much for just letting me know. Thank you so much. Have a great day. I don't care if they were mean to me. I'm going to kill them with kindness, because kindness kills. Okay. So make sure you kill them with kindness, but send us a screenshot so we can help you through that and even help you overcome those objectives that will come up. Being in this business for 3 years, I've gone through the good, the ugly, the like they're horrible. Like but it was all a learning process. And now I understand how to respond, and I know how to react, and I know how not to let that affect me if it was a negative way. So sending screenshots of those conversations is huge. Next is growing your network. So growing your network is basically what we need to do daily. Okay. Now, if you're growing your network on Facebook, you don't want to go massively like crazy fast, because there is a restriction on Facebook. So you don't want to get blocked or put in Facebook jail or anything like that. But I do recommend adding like 25 people a day on Facebook. Okay. Or 10 to 25. If 25 is too scary for you, drop it down to 10. Add 10 new friends. Now, when you're adding these new friends and you're doing it daily, they're adding up. So your first day, you add 10 people. by the end of the week, if you continue to adding 10 people, you've now added 70 people to your network. Whether they accepted your friend request or not, you've added 70, right? Then by the end of the month, you've added 300 people. You may have started with 80 friends, and now you have 380 friends, or 200 something friends, or 100 and something friends, but you still increased your friend lab, right? So every single day, those little bits of like sending out friend requests is going to be a big picture in your picture, okay? Now, when you're on Facebook, how do you find your friend, like people to add? Of course, it's okay if you can add random people. I add random people all the time, whether I know them or not. And I have no shame. I have no shame because my dreams are so big and I have so much to share. And I'm just like, you know what? If you're not supposed to be anywhere near me, that's okay. You can decline my friend request. But if you are supposed to be in my circle, I welcome you with open arms, okay? So adding those people, when I started, I would go to my sister's friends, and I'd add like a couple of my sister's friends, and then I'd go to their friends' friends, and I add some of them. And I don't add creepers. If you're asking like, well, what if I come up with creeps? Don't add the creepies. If they don't look like somebody you'd interact with on a daily basis, don't add them. Really. I add women because that's usually who I market to. I'm a woman. I can relate to them more than I do with guys. Like so I just will add them. So, or if you're a mom, add moms. Moms are out there looking for different things. And it doesn't even have to be for the business. It's just to create that friendship and start, building your network. And what else? Oh yeah, so adding random people, getting in groups. I like yoga. I'm in a yoga group. If you do hair, if you like makeup, if you're obsessed with shoes, if you like to work out, if you like to go to the gym, join different groups. Look up those things. If you go to 24-hour fitness, you can actually just search 24-hour fitness, and like there's a lot, like the most recent post, you can add a couple people from there because there are people that go to the gym. They're Jimmies, right? I don't even know if that's what we call them. I don't go to the gym. I do yoga. So you can add those, right? And so that's really going to help you. Now with Instagram, if you are growing your network on Instagram, I would suggest following 50 to 100 people every single day. And that's going to expand your network on Instagram. Now, one of the easiest ways for me to do it is if I start my day, like if there's a picture and maybe it was posted within the last hour, there's a bunch of people that like that picture. I'm going to click on those likes and I'm going to follow those people, or at least the ones that I would relate to most, or that have a cute name, or they have like a pretty picture or something like that. Those are the ones I'm going to follow first. And why I follow those is because, one, that picture was posted within the hour, meaning those people that like that picture are active. They're on Instagram on a daily, or they're actively liking things. So that means that they're on social media anyways, right? So I'm going to follow them. And that's how I really will find, that's how I grow my network on Instagram. Okay. The next thing, okay, is following up. Okay. And following up is basically, let's say I reached out to you and I asked you if you wanted to buy some coffee, and you're like, I would love to buy some coffee, but I don't get paid till next Friday. And I'm like, okay, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save your place in my calendar and we'll get you started next Friday. And she's like, okay, great. Awesome. So here comes next Friday. I reached out to her. I'm like, hey girl, hey, happy Friday. How you doing? I hope you're having an amazing day. I just wanted to check in with you and see if you're ready to get your order placed. And then there's a couple of things that can happen. One, they're like, yes, awesome. I'm so excited. I've been waiting all week. And then you get started. There's also some that will be like, not today. I can't do it today.
A family emergency popped up.
Yeah.
And all my money's going towards there.
Yeah.
Next payday.
So then what do? I'm like, okay, great. When's your next payday?
2 weeks.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and reserve your spot for next 2 weeks. And I'm going to follow up and follow up and follow up and follow up with them until they tell me yes, or until they block me, or until they tell me they're not interested. My job is to always ask. If I'm not asking, I'm not working. So my job is to ask them and to follow up with them. Because also you have to think if it's a person like maybe, they don't have the money, they're going to be honest. And maybe they ignore you. There's a reason why they're ignoring you. And it's basically because they don't want to tell you that they can't afford it. They don't want to tell you that they don't have money. They don't want to tell you those things. So it's important for you to follow up, because if you follow up every single Friday,
they'll eventually have money and be like, you know what? I have it today.
I have it today. And all of a sudden they message you back. And you're like, oh, there it is.
After 7 times. Maybe 20 times.
Yeah. So it takes 7 to 21 times a follow-up before a person says yes.
Yeah.
And that's an average. So sometimes you're going to get them right away when they say it. Some people, when you have your very first conversation, they'll sign up on the spot. Some people you need to follow up with 5 times. Some people 7. Some people 20. Some people 21. But around those times, like, they're going to come around. Mm-hmm. Some will, some won't. So what next? So just keep asking, and that's going to help you. Oh, and also, if they don't respond, this is why it's so important for you to have your story like pop in, because when they go to you, like, let's say you message them, hey girl, hey, how are you? Sometimes I just start with that because I just want them to reply back to me. I'm like, okay, I don't want to be like a bee in your ear. I'm just going to say, hey, how are you? And then I'm waiting for them to message me back. And sometimes they don't even message me on that. But I saw that they watched my story. I'm like, haha, you are interested. I know. Or at least I get to drip on them. I get to drip my life, the things that I'm doing, all those things, and something across that is going to ring a bell, or it's going to set their soul on fire, or it's going to inspire them or motivate them, or even if it's just a quote, they're going to be like, that quote was amazing. I'm ready to get started.
Yeah, for real.
And that seriously happens. So make sure you keep your Facebook wall and your story and Instagram as well on point, because people will check that out. Now, last but not least, because we got very little time. Oh my gosh, we got very little time. So if you say that you have no time because you're busy, maybe you're a mom, maybe you're working, maybe you have school, maybe you're all three like your mom working and have school, and you have no life, and you're like, I don't have any time, I don't have anything like that. I understand. I myself, I'm not a mom, okay?
Not yet.
But I have gone to school. I have worked 2 jobs. I have commuted all the time. I had no extra little time to fit in. Now I take care of my grandma, okay? She has dementia. She's like a child, sometimes even a little bit worse, because she doesn't listen. And that's okay. I was taking care of my grandma yesterday and my baby cousin. I was just like, my baby cousin is such an angel. But my grandma, though,
driving me crazy.
I was losing my insanity. Or my sanity, not insanity. I was getting insanity, losing my sanity. Okay, anyways. But let's say if you have a crazy schedule, it's okay to have a crazy schedule. That's life. But here's something that I do, and this is something I encourage you to do too. Especially, this is something we've been doing every single day this year, and we have our 5:30 a.m. power hours, okay? Or there's something we call a power hour, or a power 30 minutes, or a power 15 minutes, or a power 25 minutes. It's like specifically you set aside 25 minutes, 35 minutes, an hour to work your business intentionally. If you can at least give yourself an hour, maybe you have to wake up 30 minutes before your kids do. Maybe you have to go to sleep a little bit later. Maybe you have to sit in your car before you go into work. You get to work early so you can sit in your car and send out some messages. Whatever it is, you are in charge of your success. And if you're busy, that's good. Busy people know how to get things done because they're busy and they have to keep their scheduling intact, and they do whatever matters for you. But if you have big dreams and you want to make money with this, you have to like take excuses off the table. Like, if you're busy, yes, but there's also a lot of times in those days where you can find yourself not doing anything. And this is like even my mom, she finds herself playing Candy Crush. I'm like, dude, delete the freaking Candy Crush off your phone. Stop playing with it. It's not going to make you any money. Throw the TV away. Okay, don't. I like my Roku because I can watch all the positive motivational things on there now. But like, spend that time investing into your business or investing into yourself, like with motivational stuff, versus playing Candy Crush or scrolling on Facebook and not working. Like, you just have to be intentional with it. So even if you're waking up early and you're write your posts out before you go to bed. You know, they don't have to be super crazy and long or anything like that, but you could pre-do those things. And so, yeah, wake up a little earlier, go to sleep a little bit later, invest in it, because I promise you it'll be worth it. So that's all I've got to say.
Okay.
And I know you wanted to do something really
quick.
quick.
So I'm just going to stop the recording. Stop.